All I got to do now is spray it. And you'll see that in the next episode of Hammer's Garage. What is up, good people? Well, as you can see, I painted the tailgate. Well, I guess you haven't seen it painted, so let me show you that right quick. And here it is in all its pure silver glory. Silver and gold. Now what we got to do is see about getting this thing back together and putting it on the truck, okay? I can't have all these parts just laying around, all right? It sucks up a lot of space, of which I have very little. So, we're not going to get to the glass because, well, I'll show you why, actually. I just got stuff every freaking where. I was digging out the parts, some of the stuff from the original Huckleberry, you know what I'm saying? So let's talk about what we got here, okay? These are the original torsion bars, or spring bars, or whatever, you know, the heck they're called. So we got to do something with these, because they're kind of rough. These are the window channels, okay? This one has no felt at all. And the felt in this one is garbaggio. Plus they're kind of rusty. We got to do something with them. There's the little things that hold the glass to the regulator. Here's our latches, one for each side, okay? With the, I don't know what you call these other than bars, rods, something. The center one actually doesn't look bad, so we have that, and then the center link, and then this is the handle, the inside handle, and the outside the window crank. And I don't know that I care for the black, plus I don't have the key for it, so I don't know what we're going to do with this. This is a little, you see they're blue, okay? There's a little catch doohickeys that mount to the truck. We're going to have to do something with them. And then this is where I took the tailgate off Huckleberry originally, so it's some blue stuff in there. That's why this isn't hard to tell apart, okay? If it's blue, I mean, I don't even have to tell you, you know. But remember, I wasn't sure about those tailgate bolts, the ones that hold the retaining cables or whatever. Okay, but I am sure now, all right? I am sure as I can be. Okay, these are the ones that came off the Army, the actual tailgate, or the Army tailgate, and these are the ones that came off the body of Huckleberry, and they're exactly the same pretty much, except for the shoulder length. See that? So, I don't know if they're supposed to be different, the ones on the tailgate versus the body, and we'll have to figure that out. But what I am going to do before we get going with this, I think, so that we kind of get the best of both worlds, is go strip the other tailgate down and get all of these parts out of it, and then we can pick and choose. But like I was saying, on doing the glass, I'm not going to do the glass right now because I don't have the felt that goes in here. Plus, I don't have the weather stripping that goes on the tailgate itself. Plus, I also have two pieces of glass now, so I'm going to have to look at them and see which one is better and get it all cleaned up. So we're not going to worry about the glass today, but if I can get the tailgate mounted to the truck where it latches and it has cables on it and the spring rods, that would be, I think that would be what we would do today. And then I'm going to go off and see if maybe we can get some brake lines done. Not sure if we'll get to that in this video, but certainly going to try. Okay, what I'm going to do right now is go out to the other tailgate and start robbing some stuff, okay? Rob it. I'm just going to steal it right off of there. Okay, all right. Brought me a box to put our treasure in. Let's just start popping stuff off of here. This window, holy crap. Not only is it squished, but it's apparently got stuff living in it. And I don't feel like dealing with that. Crap, I missed. Oh, man, I am terrible. Yippee-ki-yay, check this out. Okay, I got everything off the other truck, so let's just go through this right quick. These springs, what in the heck is eating me? There's a fly on me down there. Get off me, fly, okay? The spring bars, believe it or not, off of Huckleberry, seem to be in better shape than the ones off the old Army Blazer. Even the plastic and rubber parts are better. So, we'll hang on to these, but I think we're going to use these. The window thingies, okay, there's something weird. The two that came off of Huckleberry had both of them, I thought one of them was like crushed or something to begin with. But they both had this taper at the end. So we're not doing anything with the glass right now anyway. If this fly don't get off me, I'm telling you what, there's going to be an ass whooping up in here. But I talk a lot of crap for somebody that nearly falls over putting his drawers on every day. Anyhow, these, they were tapered. So we'll do a little research and we'll check into these later. So we're not going to worry with them right now. Which means we're also not worrying with these, but these are fine. They just need to be cleaned up. That's what clamps the glass, like I said. So we'll put them up. We're going to use these, so we'll try to clean them up. Now, I thought this is the center latch for the handle. This is the one off the Army truck. This is the one off of Huckleberry. This one, you know, moves just fine, and everything seems to be fine with it. But this one, it seems to be mangled, and it doesn't hardly move at all. So, we're going to use this one, obviously. We'll clean it up and put it to work. Okay, these bolts here. These are the bolts that hold the cables. So that's what I took off of Huckleberry's body. Okay, see how long that shoulder is? And then this is the one I took off of the Army tailgate with a shorter shoulder. These are the ones I went and got off of Huckleberry's tailgate just now, even a shorter shoulder. So I think maybe it's supposed to be a shorter shoulder on the tailgate and a longer one on the body. So I'm going to take the shortest of the shortest two of the three and use those and see if that'll work. If not, I always have these to fall back on. So we'll get rid of these. Not get rid of, but put them. This is the center link that come off the handle, okay, from the Army truck. All right, this is the handle with the center link still on it from Huckleberry. And after looking at this close, this is the inside handle. It seems like, believe it or not, the one off of Huckleberry is in better shape, and it still has the center link on it. So we'll have this as a spare, but we'll put this up for now. And then these are the two handles, okay? This one's off the Army truck, this one's off of Huckleberry. This one's obviously chrome plated. It's pitted a little bit, but I think we can clean that up pretty good. Plus it still has the little knob on it where this one's missing. And this is, well, it's cast, but it's black. So I think we'll go with the one from Huckleberry on that for now also. The seals, we'll wash them up and see which one's better when we go to put the handle on. And then that leaves us to these latches. And these ones off the Army truck are okay, but these ones off Huckleberry are even a little better. I think they just need cleaning up too. And then there's the four rods, okay, the two off of Huckleberry, the two off of the Army truck. The ones off of Huckleberry look a little better, and 3 of the 4 are bent. There's only one perfectly straight rod, that was off of Huckleberry. So I think what I'm going to do is keep this other one off of Huckleberry and just try to straighten it up. We'll straighten it up and clean it up. So we can put these up for now. Put this up. So we've got our inner and outer handles, our bolts, we've got our whatever that is, and then just general hardware and stuff. Now, I did find 2 pieces on Huckleberry that I didn't see on the Army truck. This is the first one. It was down there, but it's rusted and bent, and it looks like there was something riveted to it. So I believe this to be a window stop that's maybe missing the rubber. We'll do a little research, and maybe I can pick one of them up new, pretty cheap. But we'll hang on to that and see what's what. When we go do the glass, we'll have it anyway. And then this was in there, but I couldn't see where it was attached to anything or what it did. But I'm almost thinking it's like an emergency release or something. I don't know. So this is going to take some research too. The Army truck didn't have one of them, so I don't know what's up with that. So we'll look into this and hang on to it for now. But I think if I can just get the latches with the handle on, okay, and of course I need these, and the torsion bar thingies, that will, with the cables, I got new cables that I bought, that will get us a tailgate that's on there and swings and latches and won't fall off, that we can open. And then the rest of it we'll worry with when we get the glass. Now the 2 regulators, the one out of the Army truck was way better than the one out of Huckleberry. The one out of Huckleberry was all bent up and missing the rollers and all that stuff. So when it comes time for that, we'll be using the regulator out of the Army truck. All right, now that we've covered all that and I've talked all this time, it's time to see about getting this stuff cleaned up. So I think I'm going to start with these working mechanisms right here. We'll get these cleaned up and soaking in some oil, and then we can work on getting the rods cleaned up while they're soaking. All right, let's get to it. And now I'll do a little detailing with a little acetone bath. Just try to get them cleaned up here. Bless me, thank you very much. Lord knows I need a blessing. Need something. High pressure brake clean. Oh yeah, like brand freaking new right now. Brand freaking new, I tell you. Yeah, I mean, I probably could have just sprayed some lubrication on that stuff, but I really want the oil to get down in between the cracks and crevices where it, you know, the friction points. Anyhow, this is our handle. And I'll tell you what I've noticed about both of these handles is that they seem crooked when we're on the truck. One side sticks out farther than the other, and now that I got this out, I can kind of see why. I'm going to take this apart here. I'm probably going into way more detail than I need to. I could just clean the stuff up and throw it on there, but it's a nice day. It's not nearly as torturous hot, so I thought maybe I would take a little more time with this stuff. All right, this here, same thing. We're just going to wire wheel it and soak it in some oil, especially that spring. Oh, why was it crooked? Because all the stress, okay, when you pull on this handle, all the stress is on one side. And I've looked at it 100 different ways from Sunday, and I can't really see anything that I could do about it other than redesign the whole thing, which I'm not inclined to do, okay? Get this crap out of here. Those little spider webs and such. Well, them dang little, them 8-legged freaks will make a home anywhere, won't they? Alright, I'm just gonna first clean this up with a little spray way. Okay, it looks exactly the same except without dirt on it. I'm gonna put just a little bit of this polishing compound on here and then go over it with the Dremel. Oh crap. Okay then. Guess we're using a whole lot of that stuff. Okay, that's better. There ain't much I can do about all that pitting and peeling where the plating's gonna come off. I could get a new one. Maybe we will later, but that'll be alright for now. Now let me get this brushed off and dipped in the oil. This part here is supposed to have a seal on it. For what? I don't really know. But I figure, you know, we'll give it a seal. I just got this really thin rubber sheet, and we can take and make us a seal. It's time to flip the meat, the burgers. You know, it's time to do the flipperoni, so we can start trying to put something together here. Come on, get in there. There we go. Alright, let me go get that gasket I made up. And we'll just slip it in there. You know it's good when you hear it cracking. Smooth like butter. Now we got to get our latch pull mechanism in here. And these are the 3 bolt holes, and I'm pretty sure that it lines up like this. So 1, 2, and 3 like that. Pretty sure, okay, pretty sure. I don't know how well you can see this, but this should sneak in here, this hole right here. Like that. Let me get a light. Kind of like that. At least I think that's how it goes. Okay? That's how we're going to put it in here. And then if it's all jacked up, we'll know we did it wrong. I just cleaned up all this hardware a little bit on the wire wheel. Now if we've done our jobs right, that should push down when we lift up on this. Yes. And I'm almost positive there should be like a little spring on there or something to help it come back up. But there was no spring on it, so we'll sort that out in a minute. These 2 rods here, okay, I just cleaned them up and I got them straight as I could, but I've noticed that one is shorter than the other. When I look at this, one of them connects, the hole is kind of like right here, and the other one is kind of like right here. So one's like in here and one's like in here. So I'm guessing the short one that goes on this side. At least that's what I'm going to go with. We'll test fit this in here and see how it goes. Now see, that's not long enough. So maybe I had it completely freaking wrong. Okay, we'll try the longer one over here. This just goes in here like this and then swings around. Just hooks on there, you know. Okay, let's try this one. Oh, that lines up much better. Now we just got to make sure our clip is in here like this, and then we'll put this through the clip and the thingy. I know you can't hardly see what I'm doing, but and then this will come around and clip over top of the bar like that. And now there's supposed to be these foam pieces. Well, this isn't the original. There's supposed to be foam pieces in here, okay? So I made these. I just had this old piece of foam, something or another. I don't even know where I got it from, but I just cut me a couple of blocks and drilled me a hole. And we're just gonna slide them over the top of there, and it just keeps it from, I guess, rattling, making noise, which I am all about. Squeeze this on here and slide it down. That's all you got to do there. Okay, back on here. These are the screws that were in the latches in Huckleberry. I guess they're galvanized or whatever. I don't know. It didn't look like they held up very well. But these are the ones that were in Gomer Pile, and they're like black oxide, so they're not going to rust. We're going to use these. I cleaned them up a little bit, but we'll run them in here instead. Yeah, these are in much better shape. So made the choice kind of easy. Shut, open. Ow. That hurt. I guess my dang arthritis is acting up on me. I'm just kidding about that. I didn't know I had arthritis, but you never know. I guess Arthur will hit you whenever he wants to. These are my new tailgate cables, and you can see they're they're opposite of each other. So the smooth side is toward the the metal body or whatever. I got the shortest shank tailgate bolt, and I've got this washer, so we're going to go what's the name her? Cable, washer. That way the cable's not constantly turning against the body. Getting this on here now, I'm gonna have to get James to help me out. It's gonna take, more hands. Oh crap. I got a butt muscle that's hurting. My gluteus maximus is not very gluteus or maximus. Why is my hinge not doing the right thing? I don't understand why I'm having a hinge problem. Oh, there we go. Ow, ow, ow. Something ain't jiving here. Oh wait, I could just go in this way. What am I thinking? Stupid. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I'm like a genius. Well, I think I got it on there and adjusted pretty decent. I did go ahead and put on the latches. I had cleaned and painted them up, no big deal, on each side. And that's all I have is these latches and the cables. I haven't done the torsion bars or any of that yet. But I feel pretty good about where we're at. Yeah, I know. Listen, in case you missed that, okay, I'll do it again. Well, it's sometime later. It's been difficult to get anything done because all it has done is pour. And it's still raining now, but at least it's not pouring, I guess. I did manage to get the spring rods all set and ready to go. And I took care of these caps. These caps here are like the caps that go on top of the tailgate, meet up with the fiberglass top. Of course, I had two sets, so I took the better of the two and got them painted up and put new foam underneath and went ahead and got them on. So we're done there. Yeah, I got the spring rods all cleaned up and painted. I did put new rubber on the straight end. That's the part that's inside the tailgate. This part here is like a plastic rubber, but it's kind of specialized. It's got this tab in it, so I couldn't really, replace that. But I think they're ready to put on. But I do have a problem. And my problem is I'm kind of a nitwit, okay? I think you're actually supposed to put those on before you put the tailgate on, because now that the tailgate's on, I don't see an easy way of getting them on. So I think what I'm going to try to do is just loosen up one side at a time and maybe finagle them in there. I don't know, but let's just get it figured out, I guess. You see, on this channel, we can go from straight up genius to knuckleheadville in 10 seconds flat. And that's where we're at now, okay? We're in knuckleheadedville. I'm just going to loosen this up and see if maybe I can... Oh, you know what I want to do? I want to put a little grease on here before we slide this back into place, because we don't want it squeaking. Hold on a second. Okay, well, I was trying to find that that clear white bushing grease or whatever, but I can't, so we'll just go with this. It's fine either way. Something to make it slick, you know. Yeah, there we go. Now somehow or another, okay, this is going to go, I'm pretty sure that that fits in here. Like that. Well, we'll figure it out, we get it on there. Well, it appears, okay, after I've been, you know, kind of fiddling with this and trying to figure out how to get it on, that you really need to put these spring rods on the tailgate before you put the tailgate on the truck. So, after all that bragging with my wooden finger click, yeah, I got to take it back off. James isn't here to help me today, so we'll just wing it, okay? We'll wing it. I don't know what else to do. Listen, if you came here for pro tips and how-tos, you're in the wrong place, okay? Now, can I get this off without mucking it all up? I really don't know, okay? I don't know. But I suppose if I do muck it up real bad, then I could sand it back down and, you know, fill in some dents and do some body work and repaint it, which would give me an opportunity to miss a couple of the smaller dents and stuff I missed the first go around. Will it just sit there for a second? It will. Okay. All right. All right. So far, so good here. I gotta take the cables off. Uh-oh. Okay, we're still hanging on. We're hanging on. It's by a thread, but we're hanging on. This is full release right here. Full release. Holy crap. Okay. I left my cup in the way. I really needed to be around this way. Well. Okay. All right. Whew. Well, that was tense, huh? How you like that drama? Okay, that's better than the Young and the Restless. After Victor Newman gets kidnapped or disappears for the 148th time. Okay, spring rods. Okay, this joker should go in. I'm thinking, I hope, I'm pretty sure it's like this. All right, and this thing, we got to grease this one up. I greased the other side. I didn't grease this side yet. Because this rod is going to twist inside of that thing. And so, I'm pretty sure we want it on like this. Okay, and then this little tab here, I believe, see, that's got a flat spot, so it's like that. And then this sits here, and that little tab, okay, that's not right. It must go one more, maybe like that. And then the little tab, there we go. That's how it goes, just like so. Should I fully tighten it? I don't know. But we are going to fully tighten it, and then we can loosen it later if we need to. All right, now I got to get this piece, goes inside. Let me show you here. This part clamps the It goes in these two holes right here, and it clamps the rod with the rubber to the side of it there. So I'm gonna have to go inside the tailgate to get this done, and I don't know. Let's see. I feel like that's right. Let me see. Yeah, right there. I think we're good right there. Okay, I'm just gonna peek in. Oh yeah, I could feel it's got it clamped. Okay. That's what it's gonna look like on the inside there. See how that, it's got this, it's clamped over this rubber part. Okay. All right, I think I got that buttoned up pretty good. And listen, okay, I was wrong. When I'm wrong, I will admit it. You definitely want to put those spring rods on before you put the tailgate on. And it's okay. It's okay, fellas. It's okay to be wrong once in a while. You just don't want to be wrong all the time, okay? Like a weatherman. You know, like I'm pretty sure they said it was going to be mostly sunny today. Maybe that's what I should have done. Instead of messing around with this, I could have been a meteorologist and been just wrong all the time. Good evening and welcome to News Channel 12. News at 12 noon when no one's watching. Anyway, we're going to start off today by going out to our meteorologist, Clinton Cloudstalker. He's going to give us the forecast for the rest of the afternoon. Clinton, what do you got? Thanks, Hammer. Yeah, I'm out here at Never Right Park, just south of Don't You Know County. I got my cooler full of goodies because we are expecting loads and loads of sunshine today, okay? Seasonably warm temperatures, everything's looking great. Yeah, so round up the family and come on out. Be prepared to have a good time and a nice picnic, okay? Clinton, it seems like it's raining right now. No, not at all. It's just a residual light drizzle from this morning, more of a heavy fog, really. Listen, I'm a seasoned, okay, meteorologist. I know what I'm talking about. You can trust me. I'm basically always right. This is not at all a flashlight covered with a toboggan. It's an actual microphone, okay? Because I work for Channel 12 News. I'm out here doing the best I can to bring you the most accurate forecast possible, okay? Again, seasoned meteorologist. I know what I'm talking about. Trust me. Come on out. It's gonna be loads of sunshine. All right, absolutely nothing to worry about, except that I think I've wet myself, and I'm gonna shove that hose up your ass. Okay then. Well, thanks for that, Clinton Cloudstalker. I see you're right on top of it as usual. How much do we pay this guy? There you go. That's it right there. Oh, sweet. We did it. We did it. We got it on a second time. So when you put it on this way, you're basically best off to stand it up and latch it to get the tension off of these, and then tighten these. This is what I think anyway. Tighten these two bolts in here that you can get to on the inside, and then I guess we're going to let it down again now and see what kind of nightmare we have here. It's a creaky. Okay. Yeah. Yippee-ki-yay. Anyhow, let's see. Oh, it picks up much easier, that's for sure. Even with that grease, you hear that click, 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 click. Oh, you know why? That's on the underneath. Let me put some grease on that. I'm pretty sure that's here. See if that noise is better. Well, a little bit. Well, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Fine and dandy. Alright, the last thing we're going to do is put this seal on. And it's just glued on from what I can tell. There was no holes or anything to clip it into, so I guess we'll just glue it on there. That's kind of how it was when I took it off too. Just kind of glued in there. Anyway, I'm going to go around where it gets glued and rough it up a little. This way we try to make sure that, you know, everything sticks. Okay. I think that'll about get us. Gotta wipe down those scuffed areas and the seal itself of a little bit of this alcohol here. It was natured alcohol at one time, and somebody came along and denatured it. Anyhow, let's get it cleaned up. And then I've got this 3M super black, okay, weather strip adhesive. I don't know if that means it's super adhesive or it's just a super dark black. I don't really know, but first we're gonna lay a bead on the truck itself. I think what I'm going to do is lay this corner first. I'm just going across the bottom. Whoops. Boy, that was some crazy looking video, huh? I don't know. Okay, I don't know what happened. I can barely work on old cars, let alone tell you about this techno shiznit here. Anyway, I'm just going to lay it across the bottom first. Before I cinch it down, I'm going to lay another bead on the weather strip itself. So I'm just going to put a little bit on this corner. Whoa, don't run everywhere, okay? You gotta be careful with this crap. It'll make a nice mess for you. Set that there. Go along and put some on the weather strip in here. Don't want to get too far along with one shot. It'll make a hell of a mess for you. And if you get a little bit of this somewhere you don't want it in the meantime, you can always come back and clean it off with a little acetone or something. Not a big deal. I'm giving it a minute or two to tack up, you see. So while I'm waiting for this to tack up, I'll go ahead and apologize to you. I thought we could get to some brake lines in this video, but you know, the weather and stuff, it took longer than I thought. And I didn't even mean for the tailgate to be a two-parter, but you know, here we are. So this is really all I'm going to have time for. I'm not going to get to the brakes today in order for me to get something out to you. Go ahead and set that in place. Really important that we tape it up right here. Looking good. Looking real good. Get the crap all over you. There's not much you can do about that. All right, well that looks, you know, it looks pretty good. I'll let that cure. I'll probably let it cure for like a whole day or something before I touch it. But we should be able to pop the tape off of there and everything be good. And so the tailgate's done, except for the glass. We got those two. I got to get the two felt channels. Plus I got to get the weather stripping for the top side. And as soon as I get that, we'll work on getting a piece of glass in there. See how that goes. Now somebody had commented, it was one of my regulars had commented wanting the second piece of glass. And I'm fine with that. You can have it. I will, you know, because if you need it, man, it's all yours. Let me sort out which piece I want to keep. And then, you know, you're welcome to have the other one. if you hit me up via email, whatever, I'll let you know where to come get it. What was the other thing? Oh, the panel. If you guys, okay, I need your help with this. I really need this panel. This panel here, it's a piece that goes in here and covers all this up. I do not have one of those. I cannot find one of those. I was really hoping when I bought the Army tailgate that it would have it on it, but it was gone too. What are the odds, right? 2 tailgates, no panels. Oh, tailgate, no panel. But I do need one of those, so let me know, okay? Let me know. This is just absolutely delightful. I mean, this didn't have, I didn't have to do anything to break this open, so I assume it'll keep like this and not turn hard now that it's been opened. We'll see. Probably not, okay? Probably not. And I got a piece of wire wheel stuck in the tip of my finger. Anyhow, that's going to do it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you got something out of it. If you did, please remember to like, share, subscribe, all that stuff. Consider becoming a channel member. That's a good way to support the channel. And let me think of what else. When we come back, we might do the glass if I have the stuff, but I definitely have everything to do the brake lines, and I'm anxious to get the brake system in place. Lead Brakes is helping with that, so shout out to Lead Brakes. But we're going to do everything, okay? Booster, master cylinder, prop valve, hard lines, soft lines, get them bled, the whole bit, so that when I need to push it outside, I don't have to be scared to death of it running away from me down Mount Kilimanjaro and taking out the neighbor's stuff over there across the street. Okay, again, I hope you enjoyed the video, got something out of it, and we'll see you real soon. In the meantime, I get off the couch, I go wrench on something. Enough, okay, of me yik-yakking. Enough already. I need a tie for this, okay? Because all them news people wear ties.